Well, good morning, boys and girls. It's so good to see you again here on Sunday morning for Junior Church Online. And of course, we have missed seeing you here at the church, and we're praying for you on a daily basis. We're looking forward to seeing you here shortly. We're so thankful for Brother Eric and Miss Janice and their work to put these together each and every week. And so we're looking forward to another Junior Church lesson this morning.
Well, good morning, Junior Church class. Glad to see you again. Hope you guys had a great Easter last week. Look forward again to another great message today, lesson from the Bible, as far as how we can live our lives and things like that. That's awesome. So what we wanted to start off with first is a song. And a lot of you know the obedience song. My lovely assistant wife, Janice, Mrs. Janice is in the back. She's doing the auto video for us today. And she's going to help out too, but we're going to sing obedience. So again, you guys sing loud so you don't have to listen to us. Because if you listen to us, your ears are going to hurt. So let's hear a good obedient song, okay? So let's start off. Miss Janice, you want to help us out? Obedience is the very best way to show that you believe. Doing exactly what the Lord commands and doing it happily. Action is the key to the immediately joy you will receive. Obedience is the very best way to show that you believe. Here we go. Can you spell it? O-B-E-D-I-E-N-C-E. Obedience is the very best way to show that you believe. Good job. Hopefully you guys are singing out there, because if you weren't, I'm sorry. It was bad. No. Hey, today's a great lesson that we have today about rules. You know, when you think about it, do we have rules in our class? Anybody remember the rules in our class? You know, about sitting up straight, keeping your feet on the floor. Don't touch everybody. Don't talk unless you're asked for stuff. Raise your hand if you have a question. That kind of stuff. We have rules. We have rules for a reason, don't we? I'm trying to figure out what would it be like, though, if we didn't have any rules. That sounds kind of fun. Just think, what would it be like if we didn't have any rules? Hey, Brother Dwayne. Man, this is awesome about not having rules. What do you think? Yeah, that's pretty cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. Hey, what'd you hit me for? Hey, what'd you hit me for? You can't hit me. Oh, that's right. We don't have any rules. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're done. Hey, I like that mitt. I want that mitt. Because I can take it because I'm bigger than you, brother. Oh, hey, you got Goofy. That's one of my favorites. Yes, I got Goofy. I can take it because there's no rules. It's my rules. Yeah.
Boys, it's time for dinner.
We don't eat any more dinner. We want to eat whatever we want to. Hey, look what we got. We got candy. Oh, my goodness. We can eat all this stuff. Look, more candy. Yes. More. Yes, we like candy, don't we? Yeah. Hey,
Time for bed. Come and brush your teeth.
We don't brush our teeth anymore. We're going to stay out here, stay up all night. We're going to keep on going. We want to do what we want to do. Aren't we?
6 months later.
Oh, man. Living with no rules, brother. Oh, brother, looks like you've been staying up for 24 hours. Man, no rules. I thought it would be good. I kind of have a bellyache. I've been eating candy for 6 months. I haven't taken a shower. Oh, wow. I haven't brushed my teeth. I lost them all. They all fell out. Oh, my goodness. You know, brother, maybe having no rules maybe is not the best thing. What do you think, huh? Oh.
Wow. I don't know about you, but maybe rules aren't a bad thing. Without rules, it's chaotic and crazy, and I don't think we would ever like that. It sounds good at first, didn't it? But after you find out about what it is, it's not really good. Well, today we're going to learn about Jesus's, God's rules. Basically, if you have your Bibles, we're going to do Exodus chapter 20. Exodus chapter 20. And and we're going to talk about God's rules. Now, this is what's fascinating about God. He is so amazing and so smart that, just imagine this, for his people of Israel, remember now, they came out of Egypt, went across the Red Sea, wandered for 40 years and stuff, and then you're talking about 2 million, maybe 1 to 2 million people that are following this big crowd just going around in the wilderness and stuff. And you think to yourself, well, I have to have some rules or it'd be chaotic there too. So you think if you and I sat down together and thought, let's put rules together and make our world how I'm going to live with my mom and dad, how I'm going to live in society, how the world's going to live, I think we'd come up with a lot of different rules. But I thought God is so amazing in his infinite wisdom, he only had 10. And if we both followed those 10 rules, we would actually be in good shape with our parents, in good shape as citizens, and in good shape as far as the rest of the world. Just 10 rules. So if you have Exodus chapter 20, we have the 10 Commandments. Yes, the 10 Commandments. Hey, Miss Assistant, hand me the 10 Commandments, please. Thank you. If you remember that Moses went up to Mount Sinai, and there he sat there and had God give him the 10 Commandments. We had all the 10 Commandments. And out of all the rules, God gave us 10 commandments, simple commandments. So today we're going to do something fun too. Hopefully you like it. We're going to have some people read for us. So our first person is going to read commandment number 1, and that's Carissa. Can you read for commandment number 1 for us? Go ahead.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thanks, Carissa. That was awesome. And if you look at the first commandment, it says what? I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. As we know, God is telling us there's no other God. Because remember, we learned last week that Jesus rose from the dead. The only God that ever came back from the dead is Jesus. So he proved to us that he is the only God. And one of the commandments, the very first commandment is there's no other God but God. That's an easy one to remember. And it says, keep in our minds, it says, hey, there's only one God. Hey, that's good. Now we have our second commandment. And the person to read our second commandment is Jackson. Go ahead and read our second commandment for us. It'd be awesome.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
Thanks, Jackson. That was fantastic. Number 2 says what? Thou shalt not make unto thee any golden images. So we're not allowed to make anything that represents God, because God is awesome. How can you make something that looks and represents God? We can't. So God says don't make any images or whatever. We don't bow down to him or anything like that. So that's fantastic. Number 3, Brooklyn. Go ahead and read commandment number 3 for us.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
That's a great one too, man. Look at that. Number 3, thou shalt not take the Lord thy God's name in vain. We know what that means. Hey, God is so holy and so righteous and stuff. We only talk about God as far as who he is and what he is. So we don't take his name lightly and just use it flippantly and just use it all the time. We don't do that. It's not what we're supposed to do. That's number 3. Number 4. Who's our number 4 candidate here? Grant. You go ahead, buddy. Give us a read number 4 for us.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
That was a good job too, Grant. What's number 4? Number 4 says, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. That means we're supposed to sit there and go to church, basically. So the first 4 is fantastic. So all the first 4 deals with God, a relationship with God, how he wants us to treat him, how he wants us to sit there and worship him, what he wants us to do with him. So then we know what God is and who God is, the only living God, and how we're supposed to treat him. Then, hey, how are we supposed to treat other people? How are we supposed to live in our family? How are we supposed to live in society? How are we supposed to live in the world? That's our other ones. So who has number 5? Natalie, you have number 5. Go ahead and read number 5 for commandment number 5.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
That is good, Natalie. Yes, number 5 says what? Honor thy father and thy mother. Hey, there it is. How we're supposed to have a good relationship with mom and dad? We're supposed to honor them. Don't backtalk them. Don't sit there and talk bad about them. Do whatever they tell us. That's honor our mother and father. That's awesome. Who's next for number 6? Micah, it's your turn. Let's hear number 6. Commandment number 6 says what?
Thou shalt not kill.
That is correct, Micah. Good job. Number 6 says, thou shalt not kill. We're not supposed to kill people. Hello, that makes sense. If I didn't have that commandment, imagine again, these commandments are how we're supposed to live our lives. That makes sense. If I'm going to live in a world, a society, and my family, Hey, don't kill people. That's not the right thing to do. Who has number 7? Tinsley, you are up. It's your turn. Let's see what you got for commandment number 7.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
That was awesome too. Number 7 says what? Thou shalt not commit adultery. So hey, you're not supposed to do that either. So don't sit there and worry about somebody else's, what somebody else's wife has or whatever. Deal with what you have and stuff. Don't commit adultery. Number 8, Josiah. Go ahead, Josiah. See what you got for number 8, commandment number 8.
Thou shalt not steal.
That is correct. Number 8 says, thou shalt not steal. Now, how often are you tempted to sit there and take a toy from your brothers and sisters? Or maybe take a cookie out of the kitchen? Or maybe when you're out and about and all of a sudden you see a toy or something laying around, they're like, ooh, I really like that. See? Isn't that great? I mean, simple commandments that God gave to us. Don't steal. It's not yours, so don't do it. Hey, that's awesome. What are we ready for? Number 9? We're almost there. Number 9, Addison. Go ahead and read number 9, commandment number 9 for us.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
You are correct. Number 9. Yes, number 9 says, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. In other words, don't lie. Hello. You know, when you're at the house and your mom and dad ask you, did you do that? What do you say? Yeah, I did it. That's what you're supposed to do if you did it. So don't lie. Don't lie to your mom and dad. Don't lie to your brothers and sisters. Don't lie in society. Hey, that's a great commandment too. And finally, to wrap it all up, number 10, you get the last one. And who is that special? Wade, go ahead. What does commandment number 10 say?
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
That is it. The last commandment says, thou shalt not covet. That means you don't desire what somebody else has. Just because somebody else has a toy, a bicycle, a car, a house, or whatever. Don't covet what they have. Be happy what you have. Be content. Those are 10 commandments. And what's amazing about that is they're simple commandments. Man, they cover everything. How you're supposed to treat mom and dad, how you're supposed to treat your neighbors and your wives and your family when you get married, how you're supposed to sit there and live without lying and stealing and cheating. And the best of all is how to treat God, what you want to do with God, and how you're supposed to have a good relationship with God and stuff. Because why do I want to try to keep these commandments? Or they're good rules that we're supposed to follow by? Because if we follow the 10 commandments that God helps us understand how we're supposed to live our lives, guess what it does? It makes us happy. It gives us, I said it can give us joy, happiness. We're good sons or daughters to our mom and dad. What else we got? We're good citizens, and we're good people in the world. We actually are great Christian examples. So if we sit there and try to at least put these commandments in our lives, then we can be great Christian examples to people around us. And they're like, there's something different about you guys because you do that. You don't treat people bad. You don't sit there and steal. You don't lie. You don't do all these commandments. So it's awesome. And this is the final thing that God tells us. If we try to keep our commandments and what God tells us in the Bible and stuff, guess what he does? Look at John 14:15. In John 14:15, don't you like to show mom and dad that you love them? How do you show mom and dad that you love them? By following what they tell us, right? That's a great way. And that's how we have joy and happiness in our family. How do we, when we get a job or do something, how do we do that? Hey, we sit there and show them by doing the best thing and stuff. So we show mom and dad how we love them is by following their commandments, following their rules. Guess what? God says the same thing. Look at this. John 14:15 says, if you love me, how many wants to love God? I do. I want to love God. So what does it say on verse 14? If you love me, what's he say? Keep my commandments. So that's a way we can prove to God that we love him. If we got God in our hearts and we want to be a Christian, just by showing him our love, that's how we can show him our love, is by keeping his commandments. So these commandments, even though they're Old Testament and it seems like they're really way out there in the old time, are they valid for nowadays? Absolutely, they're very valid for nowadays. So keep those commandments because that's the way we can show that that we love God and stuff. And also, like I said, it shows how mom and dad, how we can love. So that's an awesome lesson. So 10 commandments are not outdated. They are still amazingly simple. But man, 2 things, how we treat God and how we treat everybody else. All of those 10 go into those 2. So if you can remember those 2, those are easy and how to do it. Now, what we have here, let me show you the color pictures that we have, Mrs. Assistant Janice. So I understand we had 2 winners. That's awesome. We're going to do colors again. So Brother Andy at the end is going to show you that we got some new color opportunities for us. So here's Miss Janice's. That was from Easter. And I saw all of your guys' and they were awesome out there. I really liked them. And then here's mine with a little assistance from my assistant Janice. She helped me out too. That was awesome. And now this week we got some more colorings for you guys, but also we're going to challenge our older ones from 4th grade through 6th grade. If you guys are watching, we actually have a word search. So he's going to post this out there. Brother Andy's going to post this out. So you get a word search for 10 commandments. Now you younger ones, you can do it too. But guess what? We're going to have a drawing for you guys, 4 through 6. So if you fill out the activity sheet and do all the word searches and stuff and send it in to him, post it, that's what we're expecting. Just go ahead and do that, and he's going to have a drawing for you guys too. I think he'll do like the other ones. 2 winners of the $10 gift certificates. So that is awesome. So see you next week. We look forward to seeing all those color pictures. Send them in. Do those activity sheets for your 4th and 6th graders, and hopefully we'll have something fun and exciting next week.
All right, well, what a great lesson. I hope you learned something, and of course, we learned those great 10 commandments. We got a couple things for you this morning that I want to mention to you. Of course, we still have our coloring contest, and we want to congratulate those that have won again this week. Leonie and Dean had won their coloring contest this week, and I think we had 40 different kids turn in coloring sheets, so that's great. And then I know some of the older kids that don't want to color anymore. We've got something for you starting this week. It's a crossword and then some different challenges down at the bottom. And we'll actually have 2 separate drawings this week. So we'll have 2 kids win for the coloring contest, and then 2 of our older kids win for this contest. And so both these can be found on our Facebook page as well as our website under our Children's tab. And so make sure you get those in. I have those in by this coming Thursday, and we'll pick someone Thursday afternoon. All right? Have a great morning, and we'll see you later. Bye.